Okay, welcome back to day number 2. So I just want to say welcome to everyone. We are live from Dubai. Hopefully you can hear me clearly. If you can't hear me clearly, you can always drop me a message in the chat and I will rectify any issues immediately. But today we have a phenomenal masterclass set up. So if you attended yesterday, you're going to have some more fun today. So if you thought yesterday was good, today is going to be even better today. Okay, so we are live from Dubai. So we're live on Facebook, we're live on Twitter, we are live on YouTube as well. So if you're joining me, a very warm welcome to all of you. It's going to be a nice session whereby you're going to actually learn a couple of new techniques, a couple of new things that you might not be aware of from before. So that's what we're going to be looking at today in today's masterclass. So first things first. First thing is first. Drop me a message where you are joining me from across the world today. Where are you joining me from today? And you can leave me a little message just so that I'm aware of where everyone is coming from today. Okay, so without further ado, as we get started, let's get into the first topic of today. And the first topic of today is how the Scrum Master effectively manages the team. The word that we get thrown about all the time is this individual is facilitating, this individual is always supporting the team, is coaching the team, but you don't hear about the managerial aspects as much as you should. And and this is where I want to say that this is a problem. This is actually hugely problematic. The reason why this is hugely problematic is you're in a middle management position. If you're unable to understand how this middle management position actually works, you're going to be at a huge disadvantage. So the more you get intertwined in terms of how the Scrum Master actually functions on a day-to-day basis and what the middle management responsibilities are, the greater your understanding on this topic is going to be. So you really want to have a very strong, not just understanding, a critical analysis of what is going on here. So the middle management position is that thin layer in the organization where it bridges the gap between the leadership level and the team's level. And we're trying to get the top level connected to the execution level, right? So the top level comes up with the strategy and the bottom level is executing the strategy. That middle management layer is the critical layer that's going to help you execute the 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 task. So it's the coordination layer that we're talking about. And more importantly, where do you think the Scrum Master sits? Write in the comments down below. Where do you think that the Scrum Master resides in? Which layer? So I've got some messages coming up on Twitter. Teams layer. It could be Teams layer if you're a brand new Scrum Master. Middle management. Yes, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. It is the middle management layer. And this layer is the quintessential piece which allows everyone to coordinate their efforts from. And if you're unable to coordinate your efforts from here, you're going to really struggle. Unfortunately, this is the problem that we'll have going forward. So we want to be strong in this regards. Okay. Now, the coordination layer, you're working with our Scrum Masters, but you're also working with coordinating other teams, right? By you coordinating the teams, you're effectively managing the teams. That's what we're trying to say here. So the better you can manage these teams, the more stronger of an ability that you're going to have going forward. Okay. So this is the backdrop. This is the introduction. In order for you to become a successful Scrum Master, you need to be able to have the right ability to be able to do this stuff. And you can't just, so the first point that you write down is this: you can't just keep thinking of coaching and facilitation all the time. This is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it in today's era. This is not good enough. This is not good enough. You need to understand that the Scrum Master is an individual who also has a responsibility to manage people. Okay, so that's the first message on this first slide. Okay, let's move on. Now, middle management has a number of critical responsibilities. If you know what they are, write in the comments down below. If you can, if you know what some of those responsibilities are, write in the comment down below. What do you think they are? Okay, and let's see how strong your understanding is in this regards. So I've got some people that are saying it's all about coordination. Yes, it's all about project management. So yeah, you're on the right lines here. That's just some of the pieces. It's also stakeholder management. That's a critical piece. Stakeholder management is going to be one of those things that if you're unable to do, you're going to struggle going forward. Politics. You're going to be involved in politics day in and day out. The more the more stronger you are in managing stakeholders, the politics of those stakeholders, the more successful you will be in delivering projects. That's the aim of the game here. So team leadership. Now we're talking about two parts here. Team leadership also means that the team that you're directly coaching, facilitating, managing, your agile team, your development team. But it's not just that team. We're also talking about your other peers, the other people that are on the same level as you. You're also managing them. You're also coordinating with them. Some people could say that it's more important to coordinate this level more strategically, more in a better, more efficient way. Because if you're unable to coordinate these individuals, they're the real individuals that actually get the work done. So if you're a Scrum Master and you want to get a proper, effective, efficient way of getting things done, you need to coordinate with your peers, and you also need to coordinate down the pyramid as well, down to your agile and your development teams. So these are critical points that we're talking about here. But another thing is operational oversight. Write in the comments down below if you know what operational insight is. Write in the comments down below if you can guess what it is. So we've got some comments coming in here from Facebook. Operational oversight is the process of managing and tracking work. Yes, that's one piece, but it's more to it. Got a response here on Twitter. It's managing the day-to-day operations of the work. That's a good answer. Let's take that answer. That was a very good answer here. Yeah, I like that. It's a combination of factors, right? It's a combination of those things. So if you are able to do operational oversight in the new way, utilizing new technology, utilizing new management methods, you're at a advantage. This is exactly what we teach you within our programs. And if you're interested, we have a live Scrum Master training running this weekend. The details are on the link below on the description. So back to the thing. So operational oversight, critical piece, critical function, as we said, and also the team leadership. That and that goes hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other. Does that make sense? Write in the comments, does that make sense? And strategic alignment. Now, guys, all of you make a mistake on this. I don't think any one of you seem to understand on my channel exactly what I'm talking about here. In fact, I'm going to throw out a challenge to everyone. Anyone that can guess what strategic alignment actually means, I'll give you guys a free certification. Write it down below if you know what it means. Anyone that's live right now that can guess the answer right now in the next 60 seconds, I will give you a free, safe Scrum Master certification. You don't need to pay for anything. 60 seconds starting from now. Don't go crazy in the comments. Twitter, we've got a lot of comments coming out from and Facebook. I'm going to tell my team, make sure they're tracking this because my team has the answer here. Let's see. So we've got one or two answers which are coming close. I'm not going to announce it live on the air, but there's one or two individuals that are actually close here. So another 30 seconds to go. We have one individual that's very close right now. 15 seconds. You're very close. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we had two individuals there that were very, very close. When we're saying strategic alignment here, what we're effectively saying is everyone is singing from the same hymn sheet. Everyone is working off the same objective. If you go to one person in the organization and you ask them questions, what is the strategy of the company? What is the objective of the company? They know exactly what it is. They're not going to say it's building, building X, Y, and Z, and someone else says is building ABC. They're all going to say we're building X, Y, and Z. That's what strategic alignment really is. Everyone knows which direction the company is going, and they know what is their role, what is their purpose in this area. Okay, that's exactly what we mean by strategic alignment. But you'll be surprised, you'll be shocked to see how many individuals, how many companies fail to communicate this. And the failure to communicate actually further rests on the middle management teams, because these middle management teams have a responsibility to communicate this out. That is the sad state of affairs. Unfortunately, that is the sad state of affairs that we've got right now globally. We just don't. People cannot get past this. Unfortunately, this is where it is right now. So, having said that, we also want to get into a position whereby very clinically our teams know what is the strategy, but also they can be empowered to make decisions. So when it comes to an agile team, they know that the company's heading in this direction, and if the company's heading in that direction, our decision making as an agile team is going to be this direction. They won't need to ask too much of the product owner. They won't need to ask too much help of the Scrum Master, because they already know which direction the teams are heading in, which direction the company's heading in. They're empowered. That's why strategic alignment is one of the most important things that a Scrum Master can empower the team to be. Okay, so guys, write in the comments if you understand now what we mean by team leadership, operational oversight, and strategic alignment. This is critical skills for a Scrum Master. If you don't have now, again, which courses are teaching you this? Write in the comments down below. Which programs, which courses are teaching you this? None are. In fact, most people don't even know. They're not even aware that these are elements that you're meant to cover. We've published these elements on my channel before, but the message is not getting out. So please watch this. Please understand where this is coming from and take this seriously. Take this seriously so you know that you don't want to fail in these respects, okay? You don't want to fail in this regard. The better you understand this stuff, the higher of a chance you're going to have getting that Scrum Master role in that position that you want. But there's too many of you that think a CSM and a PSM course is going to do the trick. No, it's not. And there's too many of you that think that booking a SSM course alone is going to be good enough. Look, SSM is good, but it's not going to give you everything that you need to get the job done. Okay, this is where we are. So that was key responsibilities of middle managers. And this ties up to something that we were speaking about yesterday, the practical elements as well. Okay, a lot of practicality of the Scrum Master is demonstrated via in this space. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. Wonderful, wonderful, and a critical topic that's came up. If you're a Scrum Master and you're unable to develop your leadership skills, you will simply fail. The team looks up to you. The product owner looks up to you. The stakeholders look up to you. And that course that you're taking better teach you this. Because if it doesn't teach you this, you will not be successful. You won't get that job that you're looking for. What are the components that successful leaders need to have? Again, this is just some of them, not all of them, just some of it. Just keep it to get the points across. Self-awareness, decision making, and continuous learning. Let's take this in step by step. When we say self-awareness, what do you think we mean? Write in the comments down below. What do you think we're talking about here when we say self-awareness? What are we exactly trying to mention here? So we've got one or two. Being aware of oneself, emotional intelligence. Yeah, you're on the right track here. It is around understanding very specifically your strengths, your weaknesses, and where you're strong in and what you're not strong in. It might be a case that you as a Scrum Master, you're strong in leading a team in group meetings, but you're terrible at doing PowerPoint presentations, speeches, public speaking. You struggle in that, which most people do, which is absolutely fine. But that's like being self-aware of oneself, of where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are. Decision making. This kind of ties back into that strategic element. If you know what the strategy is of the organization, you will know how you want to go about making decisions, because you know exactly that the business is heading in that direction in a particular path. And if you know that, you'll make decisions which are in that direction, aligned to that, in that scope, in that space. What that means is that the teams will be able to make faster decisions. If you're making faster decisions, the lead time shortens to deliver a product to your stakeholders and to your customers. You're delivering business value. That's what we want. That's exactly what companies want. And this is what modern day Scrum Masters struggle with, unfortunately. So, having said that, we need to be in a position that we fully utilize our skill sets and our toolkits, our methodologies that are given to us as Scrum Masters so we can drive value to the business. But unfortunately, a lot of these programs are not teaching you the elements in, actually, they're ignoring massive elements. They're not even teaching you the required elements to become a Scrum Master that can get hired in the competitive market. This is something that we touched upon yesterday. We're touching upon it again today. So self-awareness and decision making are two critical pieces. But in order to continuously get better as an individual, as someone that's looking to get better as a Scrum Master, there is a couple of things that you need to do. A couple of things. And that also comes into play by being in a continuous learning state. When we're continuously learning, what we're saying here is that we never stop evolving. We're always on a trajectory to become the best version of ourselves that we want to become. If we take that trajectory and we master it, magical things can happen. Not just magical things, wonderful things. Things that are going to change your life for the better. And if that change comes into your life, who's it benefiting? It's benefiting you. It's not benefiting me, it's benefiting you. So take this stuff seriously. It's your career at the end of the day. I'm getting some messages. Thanks, Coach. Wonderful messages here. Wonderful live stream. Um, uh, Absolute pleasure to be here with yourself. I'm learning a lot. I've taken a whole page of notes here. Thank you so much, guys. And I hope you're learning a lot and hopefully you're going to learn more. And guys, if you like what you're seeing here and you want to take this to the next level, there's a live and interactive Scrum Master certification that I'm running live this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. If you're interested, click on the link below in the description and you can get access to that Scrum Master training live with me directly from Dubai on Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal if you're interested to take this stuff more to the next level. So, self-awareness, decision-making, and continuous learning. But it's not just that. Someone also mentioned emotional intelligence. That's an entire program in its own right. But we're not, that's just one piece. What about other programs that you can take? Safe Advanced Scrum Master is another fantastic program that's going to help you develop leadership skills that's going to take you to the next level. It's going to make you become a formidable middle manager. It's going to make you become a expert, a proficient Scrum Master that knows exactly what they're talking about. And that's going to be difficult for other people to deal with. You're going to have respect, credibility, status. People are going to come to you for your opinions. You'll be the one that's driving the teams forward. That's a valued Scrum Master. Now, tell me this. Who doesn't want to be that guy? I think everyone wants to be that guy. You want to be that person that's respected, that person that people come to and ask questions to. Hey, look, we're thinking of doing this. We're thinking of doing that. These are all the areas that where Scrum Masters excel in. But you need to know exactly how to excel in this manner. Because a lot of you, you just think it's facilitation. You just think it's coaching. It's not that. There is more to it. There's actually more to it that a lot of you just simply are unaware of. Just writing a few comments down below, just so everyone can see this. Okay, so you should all see some comments come up there. So guys, thank you so much for messaging me here. It's been an absolute, you keep your feedback going here and it supports the channel. Leave some comments down below. This area is a big area. Even PMP, project management training, will support you in this area. The more effort you put into your continuous learning, the better you're going to be at becoming a better Scrum Master. But how about the ones that are unemployed? How about the individuals that are struggling to get a job? Well, this is another fantastic place for you to focus in on. Focus on your decision making, focus on your self-awareness, focus on continuous learning. All these things are going to make you improve. It's going to, at the end of the day, it's value for yourself. It's going to make more sense when you actually go down that path. And most people take one program and they sit there and then they don't do anything after it. Then you're stuck. Well, guess what? You're sitting there and everyone else is making strides forward. Why aren't you? You're getting left behind by everyone else. So these are some of the problems and things that you want to make. So always be continuously learning, as we say. Next slide. So Communication. Oh, guys, this is a huge piece here. This is a huge, huge piece. It's such a huge piece here that we could take up the next 1 hour, but I can't do that. Look, as a Scrum Master, the thing that you're doing day in and day out is you're basically communicating. Facilitation, coaching, management, coordinating. This is all communication. It's how strong you are at communicating. This is the core element. If this core element isn't working, the rest ain't going to be working. Unfortunately, that's the that's this that's the reality of it. We want to be in a position whereby we're always actively listening to people. We can understand their concerns. We can understand where they're coming from. But not only that, we understand where they're coming from, but they also feel that this Scrum Master knows what we're feeling right now. This person's going to support us. Clarity and transparency. How many times have you worked in an organization whereby there is simply no transparency? There's no clarity of the work. They show you the small picture, but they don't let you see the bigger picture. Does that sound familiar? So many times. And it's the role of the Scrum Master to make the process visible to you, to the team, and to the rest of the organization, to the stakeholders. Empathy and compassion. You're working in difficult environments. And the more difficult these environments are, the more you need to be effective at doing this communication stuff. Constructive feedback. There's a technique to it. Don't just be criticizing people. Don't always be negative towards people. It's a manner in which the manner in which you conduct yourself says a huge amount. So if you're conducting yourself in a rubbish way in the office, well, guess what? No one's going to look up to you. No one's going to be wanting your guidance, your support. No one's going to come to you for for getting a decision made because you're not proficient. And that's the problem in modern day Scrum Master training courses and programs. They don't teach you what you need to know. So all this stuff that we've covered right now is missing. It just doesn't exist. And this is what's required. This is modern office work. So if you're trying to do a career change, you're trying to land a job, you're trying to get a promotion into this space, none of that's going to happen if you don't know this stuff. That's the fact, the reality. You might stop watching it now. You might start watching something else, go to a short, go to another feed, go to another channel. But trust me, if you can't do any of this stuff, you're not going to get anywhere near a Scrum Master position. We're living in the most competitive, the most fiercely competitive market that we've ever been in before. Not only are people fighting for jobs, AI is taking over your jobs. And on top of that, you have globalization. So you're dealing with a global marketplace whereby someone's going to be asking for 50,000 US dollars and someone's going to be asking for 150,000 US dollars, both of them at the same skill level. And companies are cost cutting now more than ever. Who do you think is going to get the job? So fix up your expectations, fix up your learning ability, and listen to what's being said here. Focus, take some notes. I can see guys on Twitter and Facebook, you guys are taking notes. Good job. I hope you're learning something. So let's move on to the next piece. Delegation. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there is entire books written on this topic. If you go into any bookshop and you go into the management section, you will see stacks and stacks of books sitting there, all talking about delegation, trusting people, creating autonomy, creating responsibility. How do you want to give recognition to people? There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. We're just covering it from a high level so you guys get the point that to become a Scrum Master that's going to win in today's environment, you got to do all this stuff. And none of these other courses are going to teach you this, unfortunately. That's why you're not going to get that career change. That's why you're not going to get that promotion. That's why this is difficult to watch. That's why you're probably going to switch off this channel and go to another channel that's much more softer on your ears. Guys, we tell it as it is on this channel. We spit it out. We spit out what's going on in the market. If you like it or if you don't like it, we don't care. I frankly couldn't care. But people that are spending their hard-earned cash on trying to get a transformation going, they need to hear this. So they can put their hard-earned cash into a program that's going to get them the results. So when it comes to delegating, trust and autonomy, absolutely you need this. Setting clear expectations, ongoing support when the person's doing the task, you've got to keep supporting them, right? And celebrating success. Which one of these do you think is important? Write in the comments down below. Which one of these things that we've just mentioned here is critical for you? Which one do you think is important to you? Write in the comments down below. Dear coach, celebrating success is important as our managers never give us that recognition. Hey, that's a common thing that I hear over and over again. So that's Twitter. Thank you so much for that comment. Clear expectations. My manager always says I'll get a promotion next year, but I never get it. Hey, that's something that we hear all the time. Maybe you guys are in that position right now whereby you want to get a career change, you want to get a promotion, you want to get that, you don't want to get from a 50,000 US dollar salary to 150,000 US dollar salary. You don't know how to do it. All these things are intertwined, and how you go about doing it is important as well. Ongoing support. This is something where you need to be involved in and day out, managing the business operation. Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant suggestions here, guys. So brilliant. So let's get back to the topic now. Where do you think your is facilitation just part of the puzzle? Are we just stuck on facilitation still? I think we need to get off facilitation now. I'm breaking it down for you. I'm telling you exactly what it is. I'm telling you exactly what the coaching element. Coaching is just one piece. You got to break it down even more. We actually have it broken down, which we might cover today, we might cover tomorrow, we might cover next week. Who knows? But we have it broken down for yourselves. So the better you are at differentiating those aspects, the better you're going to be at getting that Scrum Master job and that role that you want. The transformation path is exactly what you need. Your ability to break into the look, if you have a resume and that resume does get through and you do get called into for an interview, you know we're clear. You know the winning, you're nowhere across the winning line. You're going to probably have one interview and a second interview. If you don't know exactly what to say, if you don't know how to show your practical ability, which is something that we've been talking a lot about on this channel. You see, the problem is when you go for a CSM, PSM, or SSM course, especially CSM, PSM, it's all theoretical. But the SSM does give you a better, stronger response when it comes to practical. But if you have a coach that's supporting you to fully embrace and see the bigger picture and puts you into those practical lessons, that's where you see the benefit. But unfortunately, most instructors teach you in a 2-day program, they don't have enough time to do that, let alone get through the entire syllabus. And how much can you really absorb in 2 days? Unfortunately, this is the letdown. This is the problem that we've got right now. It's not good enough, and it's not going to get you the thing. Give me a yes in the chat if you agree with what I'm saying here. Write your comments, guys. Don't be shy. Any feedback, any comments that you've got here, feel free to write back. Coach, completely agree with yourself here. It's very important to be practically astute. Otherwise, in the interview process, we're not going to get anywhere. Well said, guys. Thank you for the comments here. Anything else, feel free to write below. Wonderful webinar. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Look, guys, how much we've covered. If you want to really make this change happen, if you really want to make this happen, it comes back to yourself. You got to face the reality. And the reality is no one is telling you the truth in terms of what's going on here, really. The truth of the matter is that you're not going to get that role. You're not going to get that role at all if you don't undergo a successful transformation. And to get a transformation, it's expensive. It's extremely, it requires a lot of expensive in terms of money, effort, and time. But it's done. It does get achieved. Time and time again, my students, when they go through my programs, this is what we focus on, is that transformation ability. This is where other instructors just don't even come close to what we teach you within our programs. Because there are teachers, they're not practicing people that are doing this day in and day out. That's the difference here. I live and breathe this stuff day in and day out. That's why I know what I'm talking about here. Next slide. Oh, performance management and feedback. Believe it or not, this is a task of middle management. This is a critical responsibility. Now, the purists out there are going to say, oh, coach, get lost. You're talking absolute BS now. Nonsense. This is not a Scrum Master. No. If you're a Scrum Master, you are working with a team. If you're working with a team, you're observing the team. You know exactly what each team member is capable of. You know exactly what each team member's strengths or weaknesses are. So after 1 year, there's going to be an appraisal. There's going to be regular assessments. HR is going to come to you and ask you for your opinion. Who should we promote? Who's done a good job here? Who gets 5 out of 5? Who's going to get 1 out of 5? You will have a you will have a part to play. And if you don't know how to detect who's performing well, who isn't, you might just destroy that person's career. That's why it's important. So regular assessments, you need to know how to do that. You need to know how to provide constructive feedback in a way that doesn't show that you're biased towards team members. And guys, that's a problem within the industry right now. Biased, favoritism, teachers' pets. You might be in a team of 5 right now, and there's 1 star player, but because the manager is very pally with one of the other team members and he's terrible, they always pick that guy. You get neglected, you get ignored, you don't get recognized. Happens all the time. So that's recognizing and also stealing credit. Huge piece, huge problem within the industry right now. Continuous learning, we said that earlier on. You got to be continuously learning, otherwise you're not going to get anywhere. If you're not continuously learning, your other competitor is going to get left behind. Okay. Next, navigating the politics. Whoa. Guys, who here actually watches politics here? I think it's the election year in the United States. Who here actually watches politics? Give me a yes in the chat. How many of you actually watch politics? Yes, no, hate politics. I'm not voting this year. Okay, fine. So of course, you all guys have an intrigue of what's going on in politics. There's also politics that happens in the organization. And some of that politics can be extremely, extremely dangerous. Because everyone is trying to get support for their projects. They're trying to acquire budget and funding for their projects that they're executing. And in order for them to be successfully delivering projects, they need to have support of other stakeholders. And this is where the Scrum Master comes in again. You are a key stakeholder. Your team is a key resource. So if your team is a key resource, your ability to navigate the politics, as we're saying here, is going to be this power play on your behalf. Building relationships is one way. Understanding what the other stakeholders want is another way. Being diplomatic in your communications way. But how do you do all these things? Do you know how to do these things? Are you aware it's a critical component of being a Scrum Master? And influence, how do you leverage influence? Influence is one thing, and leveraging that influence is another thing. Huge topic. Huge topic. And we practically teach you this within my programs on how you do this. Practically how it's done. Not theory. We don't look at the theory. We look at the practical elements. So there are some conclusions here and some next steps. You can read that there. But just to summarize here, the Scrum Master is a middle manager, essentially is a manager, just a soft manager. A softer version of a manager is more focused on those smoothing elements to smoothly roll out value. Rather than pushing through value, you're smoothing the value through the business chain. And there are different tools and techniques that the Scrum Master applies and deploys in order to make that happen. And again, guys, if you're interested to learn this stuff, there is a Scrum Master training program that I'm running this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, 9 a.m. EST time. So if you're based in New York, 9 a.m. EST time. If you're based in the United States, I think you'll be able to catch that. I think it's a good time. If you're interested, you can visit the link. The link is, I'll paste it into the chat so everyone can see this. And it's going to be a really wonderful, wonderful 2-day thing that we're going to focus on the practical elements. And not only are these practical elements going to make you, it's going to make you very strong. It's going to make you very strong and how you take this stuff forward. So this is it. So you can check it out. It's the weekend offer. I'll just paste it into the chat. Hold on. If you have any questions, drop me your questions below. So writing into the chat. So there you go. It's also in the description. You can also check it up online as well. Okay. If you want to drop my team a message, they will happily get back to you for any support or any queries that you may have for the weekend session. Okay. I will be available for the next 5 to 10 minutes for any Q&A that you may have. Okay. So if you have any Q&A, drop your messages down below. Let me know where you're coming in from the world, and I'll happily facilitate. So we have a question here from Marquez. Marquez from the United States. He's on Twitter, and he is saying to me, Coach, thank you for the fantastic session there. Absolutely loved it. My question to you is, if the Scrum Master market is very competitive, what can we do to be more successful going forward? So Marcus, it's a big question. First thing is stop taking programs that are not going to help you get that differentiating factor. How many of the other people are talking about what I'm talking about? There's a huge difference. And people, other instructors copy me. They copy my channel. They come to me. Because we live and breathe this stuff day in and day out. So other people have a habit of copying our content from our channel. But rest assured, we are the industry leaders when it comes to this specific topic, because the Scrum Master role has evolved. And as they are teaching you the old stuff, we're teaching you what's in trending, not even trending, what's upcoming. You will be ahead of the curve. SSM is our baseline. You need to get certified, you need to get a proper education, but it's the stuff that we teach you else, the other stuff that we teach you is what gets you that factor, that X factor that you're looking for. So that's a couple of things from my side, Marcus. And that's what we specialize in. Okay, great question there. I hope I've answered something from there. And also, don't forget what we've covered on today's masterclass. All that stuff really helps you make a difference. Just it changes your mindset. Okay. We have another question here of Facebook, and the Facebook is saying, "Thank you, Coach, for a wonderful session. I was there in yesterday's session. Two wonderful master classes. I really appreciate this. I will definitely book on to the weekend session. Brilliant. I hope to see you there as well. Hope to see you joining me on that Saturday and Sunday. This Saturday, Sunday, guys, if you're interested. Okay. So thank you so much. Hope to see you there. On YouTube, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I have another question here off Twitter. Coach, I have taken a CSM course already, struggling to get a job. Do you recommend I jump on your program? Yes, it'll make a difference. It will actually make a difference. CSM, it's 24 years old. It's not going to. It's not even trending on the market right now. It's something very cheap. It's a cheap course just to get a fundamental theoretical understanding of what Scrum is. Nothing that you could have not learned on YouTube for free. That's the sad state of affairs that we're in, unfortunately. So yeah, it would actually help you. Check out the offer here, the weekend offer. It's in the link below. It's also in the description box. It'll really help you guys in. Okay. Any other questions? We're here for another 5-6 minutes. If you have any other questions, write it down below. What time is it in Dubai? It is 8:20. Michael's saying here on YouTube, no experience, a career change with this program will be able to land a job. Yes, the answer is yes. The reason behind it is what we teach you within the program is stuff that nobody else is teaching you. That's the reality behind it. Our perspective in the program is practicality. And we have sections in our program that teaches you practicality like no one else is teaching you. We connect the theory to the deployment, and the deployment is the practicality. When you master it, you exactly know. And when you know the stuff, and when you go for the interview and the interviewer asks you a question, you know, yeah, I remember that. Piece of cake. That's the difference there between someone that knows just the theory and someone that knows exactly the practicality. Who would you employ? If you're taking your car to get repaired, would you take to someone that has practicality, which is experience? Or would you take it to someone that has just a bare bones theoretical look? I know myself, I would take it to someone that has practicality because I know they will do a better job and they'll get the stuff done. And when you have practicality, it gives you experience. And unfortunately, in other programs, they only teach you the theory. We don't. We teach you the theory, the practicality, so you get the experience. That's the differentiating factor. That's what gives you that job landing ability. Okay. That's why we're at the premium end of the market when it comes to this. Brilliant questions, guys. Another 5 more minutes, flood flood your flood the Q&A right now. Anything that's coming through, I'll go quick fire. Coach, logging off now. Thank you so much for the session. Thank you for joining me today. Coach, how much is the program, guys? The program it's in the link below. Click on the link. You can check it out. If you have any questions, you can email my team. My team is fully available there. So, guys, if you want to have an email, I want to drop you guys the email down below. So if you can email my team, and they will fully assist you in any questions that you may have. So that's the link there. Jessica or Sarah might respond to you. So if you have any questions, that's the official email link there. And also there is a WhatsApp there if you want to talk to someone immediately. So Jessica or Sarah will happily answer any questions. Another question here off Facebook. Coach, you speak about the business and how to connect the business to the to what you're teaching here. Can you provide more insights on this? Guys, look, this is a hugely important piece, massively important piece. This is what means that this is what gets you the job. They don't want to hire someone which is a newbie, a fresh graduate, because you don't understand how the organization works. They don't have to teach that person from scratch. It's a waste of time for them. They want to hire someone that knows how the organization actually works. Experience. That's what we teach you in some of the other programs. By acquiring that knowledge, you're suddenly looking at not 150,000 US dollar salary, maybe a 200 or 250,000 US dollar salary. That's the power behind it. That's the differentiating factor that we spoke about. Because at the end of the day, you need to know for sure that you're putting your money into something that's going to work for you. You don't want to put your money into something that's not going to work for you. That's the difference between someone that knows the success path and someone that's just wasting their time. And unfortunately, we have a lot of BS that's online. That's the sad state of affairs. Coach, you spoke about the advanced Scrum Master. This is a question off Twitter. When should we do the advanced, or can we jump on the advanced Scrum Master immediately? No. Guys, it's highly advised you go for the first one, Safe Scrum Master. Get the pass on that first, then go on to the Safe Advanced Scrum Master second. Do it in that order. You'll be much more, Safe Advanced Scrum Master is a little bit more difficult. It's far more challenging. Okay, so just letting you guys know. Okay, brilliant question. Coach, what is your training schedule like? So the training schedule as it stands right now, live with me, directly with me. This weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we've got the Safe Scrum Master. Next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we have the Advanced Safe Scrum Master. And then after that, we have the full PMP project management professional training that will be happening. So that's for 2 weekends, Saturday and Sunday, and another Saturday and Sunday. So that's a big one. So if you're interested in that, drop us an email, drop us a message on coach@suhaibm.com. Jessica or Sarah will respond to you if you're interested in that project management professional training. It does cost some money, just letting you guys know, but it's well worth it if you're really interested. Okay. But make sure you have some project and management experience before you reach out for that one. But my recommendation, guys, Safe Scrum Master this weekend, and then go for the Advanced Scrum Master next weekend. Then you're fully set. Then you're fully done. So that's in 2 weekends, you've managed to just exponentially upgrade your skills. That's a result. That is success. Guys, any other questions? 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes, and then I'm switching off. 2 more minutes, and that's it. We're cutting it. We've almost been on the air for 58 minutes now. 58 minutes we've been live now from Dubai. So if you have any other questions, now's the time to get it in. Now's the time. Write anything you want. Let me know what you have learned from today's program. Tell me what you're planning to do with your career going forward. What are some of your weaknesses? What are some of your strengths that you want to make into superpowers? Write your comments down below. Coach, thank you so much for the wonderful session today. Hopefully, see you on in the during the weekend. I'll be reaching out to Jessica and Sarah very soon. Okay, great to see you. Hope to see you on the program as well. Um, Coach, I've taken a PSM. Um, do you recommend for me to jump onto the SSM? Yeah, yeah. There's no two ways about it. If you want to get the Scrum Master job, hell, if you just want to get a promotion, yeah, Scrum Master is the way to go. But the safe Scrum Master one gives you the tools, the techniques, the methodologies, the approaches, and so much more that you need to actually get the job done. So I fully recommend that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're not relearning the stuff. Remember, PSM and CSM only teaches you what the Scrum Master is, the role, bare minimum, who the product owner is, sprint planning, daily stand up, review, and retro. That's it, 6 elements. Or maybe even the team. That ain't going to get you the job. There's far more to it, like we've covered today. This is what's going to get you the job. Okay. So, guys, that's it. If you have anything else, I'm giving it 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. And I'll summarize. Thank you so much for watching this. Leave a like, comment down below, share this video with someone that's looking to become a Scrum Master. Check out the offer, live interactive training with me, Coach Zahib, this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, live from Dubai. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And 9 p. I think it's 9 a.m. EST time when we'll be starting. So I hope to see you guys all there. Okay. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you've learned something. I hope you've enjoyed this. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and I hope to see you guys in that training. Book on. It's going to be good fun. Okay.